Welcome to the halfway point in March. How crazy is that thought? And how crazy is the weather we are having? Anyway, now that we are past winter retreat, we are past the benefit dinner, we are getting close to finishing up some renovations, but that was actually my first announcement, was that if anyone has the skills, willingness, and availability, we are looking to get a little bit more work done in the Outback Cafe in order to open that back up. So if you are interested, if you are willing and able, I would love to connect with you and see what that looks like so we can get that done as soon as possible and steward that space well. So second announcement is be on the lookout for some announcements and meeting announcements about Challenge. Now that we're past kind of the craze of early spring, late winter, our eyes are now kind of shifting to summer, which is kind of crazy because, again, we are halfway through March already. So I am going to be sending out some details in the next week or two about some informational and interest meetings about Challenge 2026. So keep an eye out for that. And then lastly, we as a group are headed into a new series called Life in Community. And so we have officially launched our small groups, which has been pretty awesome. 7 small groups and just enough leaders to kind of help support that. But we are going into what it means to live life in community and the importance of that. Now, usually we start this series off in the beginning of the school year in the fall so we can have small groups to kind of go throughout the year. But with all of the changes, all of the new people, all of the new students, there was just so much going on that I didn't think it was right yet and how I wanted to intentionally do small groups. But now we are there. And so this week we are going to be looking at Ephesians 2, verses 11 through 22. And so here Paul's kind of talking to the Gentiles, the church in Ephesus, and kind of looking at what it means for our differences, our bad differences, to be torn down by the blood of Christ. And so we looked last week as small groups into Romans 12 verses 4 through 10 and highlighting our differences and the things that are good and what makes us a body, not just one member of the body, but we are each individually one member of a collective body, and it's good to be different. But then now looking at the things that would usually separate us, the things that kind of hold us apart, and then really digging into the one thing, or should I say one person, that unifies us and the reason that we come together. So I'm really excited about that. We should be starting in the church like we have been and sharing a meal together, and then for our message and worship we'll be in the Outback. So excited for that, excited for everything that God is doing, and can't wait to see how students continue to encounter the Lord. This week I would encourage you, talk to your students, talk to your family about things that bring you together, and then talk about how Jesus works in that and through that, and the ultimate goal of glorifying Him for that. So appreciate you all and can't wait to see what God does this week.